Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalan Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Anvitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarane Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavata Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. May I ask if some of the participants who were joining every time, if they are missing, just try to follow up. I mean, of course, not everyone is reaching out to everyone. Yeah. Okay. Let's begin. So we were in the previous session with understanding the importance of one should follow in the footsteps of previous devotees regarding how to worship the Supreme Lord. And then from there we will continue. And let me also... Okay. Evam kayena manasa vachasa cha manogatam. So with all, one should engage himself very seriously and sincerely with his mind, words and body, and who is fixed in activities of prescribed devotional methods, he is blessed by the Lord according to his desire. Did I read? Yeah, 49. Yes. If a devotee desires material religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, or liberation from the material world, he is awarded these results. So in the purport, Prabhupada is saying that we should not devotional service is so potent that one who renders devotional service can receive whatever he likes as benediction. And thus, by performing religious rites, they want material benefits known as dharma, artha. These are also can be given by the Lord. But these are the desires of conditioned beings. So this is what in the purport Prabhupada is mentioning. He's saying the conditioned souls are very much attached to the material world, and thus by performing religious rites they want the material benefits known as dharma and artha. So so we go from here further to understand very, very nice teachings of Prabhupada through his purports in this chapter. He's saying that if one is serious about liberation, now we are talking about a very nice word here that comes, where are we? Virakta means complete detachment or renounced order of life. Viraktasya Chendriya Rato, to give up the attachment to the senses. Bhakti Yogena Bhuyasa. If one is performing Bhakti Yoga, how it can be performed? Sometimes we have this question, right? Is Karma Yoga, how is it different from Bhakti Yoga? A very striking uh, um way to realize that is how are our um, abilities to control our senses in the purport. If one is very serious about liberation, he must stick to the process of transcendental loving service, uh, engaging 24 hours a day in the highest stage of ecstasy. uh, so what is coming out of that bhakti is ecstasy, and he must certainly be aloof from all activities of sense gratification. And in purport, Prabhupada is giving that there are people, karmis, and uh, above the karmis are gyanis, and above them are yogis. But here, above all of them are devotees who simply engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord. They are situated seriously on the topmost platform of ecstasy. So this can help us to understand what are we doing. Yeah, because we may not know. Yeah, we somehow came in contact to some devotee, and he started taking us to temple or giving us prasadam, and that's how we became aspiring devotees. And as part of this aspiring devotees, sometimes we have a doubt: is Bhakti Yoga the topmost? Okay, in different places it is referred. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita many number of times, but is Bhakti Yoga the topmost? Because every chapter he's concluding that this is best, this is best, and here we see that this ladder helps us to understand, because there is a lot of challenges. Of course, in Bhakti Yoga also there are challenges, but the benefit what we get if we take to these challenges and accept it and work it out, then we are situated on the topmost platform of ecstasy. So usually we say this, we are Ananda Abhyasita. So we are always eager waiting for Ananda. What is that? Ecstasy. And Bhakti Yoga is the best bet. And then here, Prabhupada is also saying this Apavarga, or liberation, begins from the stage called moksha. And then moksha, we may have heard, there is mukti. Mukti is a stage of freedom from suffering or freedom from conditioning. That is called mukti. But we are talking about vimukti. Vimukti is that stage which is coming after the moksha. Yeah. What is that? I think in the bottom. Yeah, here. When one goes above the stage of liberation, however, he at once becomes one of the associates of the Lord to render transcendental loving service. That is technically called vimukti. For this specific vimukti liberation, Narad Muni recommends that one directly engages himself in devotional service. So we don't have to we don't have to take up that ladder, uh, take up that baby steps, which itself is very complex, very deep, steep. Um, but a very nice, easy path is taking to Bhakti Yoga. Yeah, I'm going a little faster. Hopefully, we can complete this chapter. But if something we want to zoom in, please let me know. And then here very importantly, here is saying Haresh Charana Charchitam. So if what to do? What to do is that uh, he started for Madhuvan. I think last week we discussed why. Because there's a nice word. Because this is the place where the Lord has put his footprints. I'm trying to find, yes. Dhruva then circumambulated Narad Muni, offered obeisances, and went to Madhuvan, which is always imprinted uh, with the lotus footprints of Krishna. Hare's Charana Charchitam. Sorry. Hare's Charana Charchitam. So this is so nice to know, yeah, that the importance of Dham. The importance of Dham, it is not because some temples are there, it's not because some pastimes have happened, but that That place has this potency even to now, in spite of thousands of years. Why? Because the Lord has put his lotus feet. He has blessed. And not only that, where the Lord appears, the Dham manifest. And Dham is non-different from Lord Balaram. So in that way, we see the importance that it is Hari's Charana Charchitam. So that way it is blessed by that. So in the spirit of his spiritual master Narad Muni instructions, Dhruva Maharaj, he went to Madhuban. Uh, oh, I'm already reading the same thing, no? Which is always 62. Sorry, this is what exactly I was referring to. Haresh Charana Charchitam. And from here, what happened? While Dhruva Maharaj is busy, in the Tapovan, he's engaging himself with a hmm, tapasya. So Narad Muni, he went to Uttanapada, and then Narad Muni, he was saying, your face appears to be withering up. Uh, have you been hampered in following your path of religious rites? Very important. The questions that were asked, yeah, Prabhupada I think also mentions is Kim va na Kim why Kim va na rishyate kamo dharmo varthena kama dharma va arthena samyuta. So he's asking, is the cause for your suffering is because of the dharma, artha, kama? Have you been hampered in following your path of religious rites, economic development, and sense gratification? So the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that there is no reference of liberation. Why? He didn't inquire about liberation because it is too much appears to be foreign. uh, when people are so much engrossed in conditioned lives, in sense gratification. Omkareshwar Prabhu comes across some devotees, uh, and then if Prabhuji is explaining something of, you know what, I I can present you the best, which is liberation from all this suffering. uh, how much interested are they? We know, we see in our own lives, right? When we preach, when we come across people, they just do some ways of kind of moving out of the topic. Hmm? And Narad Muni very well know about King Uttanapada, and so he didn't ask about moksha topic at all. Uh, Narada did not inquire from the king about about the liberation is meant for persons who have lost all interest in religious ritualistic ceremonies. Uh, because somehow we have come in contact, or not in contact. We somehow have come in contact with these rituals uh, from the karma kanda, or tantric vidhi, or different kinds of schools of religious practices which we think they are the topmost, or they give the benefits very easily. 13 Thursdays, if you do this, you get this. If you do every Sunday and do to the Lord Son something, then you get this benefit. So those things. So one is still interested because what is the end result one is expecting is still material, peace of mind. hmm, Maybe mind. Of course, these days we have this journey of self-discovery, to help also for mind is not this body, it's not material, it is subtle body. Yeah, yeah, but still it is under the condition. So we are talking about that conditional life. When in the conditional life, we don't even think about moksha. We think, oh, there is still some room, some scope, some chances. Maybe, who knows? Lord may bless me this time lottery. Hmm. So let me try. So, and this time I am also going. Yeah, when I used to go to Bangalore, after getting down at the bus stand, then I used to see there are small shops, and these shops are only selling lotteries, uh, nothing else. So I was thinking, oh, What is that? This guy is selling some lack of such lotteries, and uh, what will he get? Hmm. But there are people who want to buy because they think they can get a lot. They don't want to um, miss the opportunity that bumper. What is that? I don't Lakshmi bumper draw and all these things. Why? Because there is always still a desire, and to fulfill those desires, one may go to Lakshmi Devi to pray, one may go to Ganesh ji to pray, and yes, and in that way are engrossed in the conditional way of living. Uh, of course, those were days I'm talking about 30 years back. Let's talk about now. All of a sudden, ping, there is a mail message coming that, hey, iPhone 15 or I don't know, 14 is, you have won it. What you have to do? You have to just open this link. And after you open the link, yeah, your phone is corrupted, your account is stolen, and all these things. Yeah. So this greed, the greed to enjoy this world is as dangerous as, yeah, losing a very, very golden opportunity of making our life successful. I think that also purport Prabhupada is, I think it will come later. So now the king is saying, oh, you know what? I am a henpecked husband. I think I am very much addicted to my wife. What is the word used here? Strainena, Strainena, one who is too much addicted to his wife. And with that, what has happened? Uh, Akaruna Atmana, one who is very hard of heart and without mercy. And because of that, I have made what? We know Vasati means shelter, and Nirvasita. Nirvasita means banished. Whom a 5-year-old boy, just a 5-year-old boy, I have banished him. Uh, so, I mean, of course, he's saying also the mother, but indirectly he has already banished his mother because he is not taking care of Suniti. He didn't, he neglected her. This is also what in what Prabhupada is mentioning. Although as the father of the king was affectionate toward his son, he minimized his affection. Why? Because he was too much addicted to his second wife. Hmm. And Dhruva Maharaj went to the forest, and since his mother was being neglected by the king, she was therefore almost banished also. And now king is repenting for that. And here, now the topic, yeah, some knowledge again. One may think that we are reading only Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. We don't know anything else. We will know only what we need. Uh, Prabhupada is referring Manusmriti. One should never desert his wife and children. In a case where the wife and children are disobedient and do not follow the principles of home life, they are sometimes given up. But in the case of Dhruva Maharaj, this was not applicable because Dhruva was very mannerly and obedient. Moreover, he was a great devotee. Such a person is never to be neglected. Yet, the king was obliged to banish. Now he was very sorry. Yeah. So, and then from here we get to see, yeah, he's saying that the face of my son was just like a lotus flower. I'm thinking of his precarious condition. Oh, you know what? He's such a tender, delicate boy of age 5, uh, and he went to forest, and forest is a place where it's totally unprotected. Mm. And he might be very hungry. He might have lain down somewhere in the forest, and the wolves have already eaten. So, so, so this is what, and then he's saying, I'm very cruel. I was conquered by my wife. Aho me bata dauratmyam stri jatasyo, because of association of my wife. Yeah, stri jatasya, conquered by a woman. Sorry, jitasya, not jatasya. Stri jitasya. Hmm? Jitendriya means one who has conquered Indriyas. Chitasya, and who is Sri Chitasya, conquered by a woman. Uh, uh, Upadharaya. Just think of me in regard, and then what I've done is, yeah, I put my kid into trouble. So what kind of cruel father I am? He's saying, eh? Dauratmyam, see my cruelty. Mm. And what is saying? Asat tama. Tama means most. Asat means um, not right. Mm. I'm very hard-hearted. Mm. So now Narada Muni is informing to his father, very important. Ma. Here he's saying, do not, is assuring, Sucha Swa Tanaya. He's saying that about your son, don't be aggrieved. Hmm. Deva Guptam Visampate Tad Prabhava Avignaya. So here is saying that don't be worried. Why? Because although you have no actual information of his influence, his reputation is already spread all over the world. Why? Yeah, that's what we will be knowing. This is what Narad Muni is also telling Uttanapad. He's saying, you are thinking that he is not protected, but he is well protected by the Supreme Lord. Mm. So, and Prabhupada is saying sometimes, sometimes when we hear that great sages or devotees go to forest, we become surprised. How can one live in forest and uh, not be taken care by anyone? Answer is here. By the authority. Who will take care? The Lord will take care. But this should be very strong. One may say that I want to go there, I want to leave everything. But if one do not have firm faith in Krishna, then that adventure can become kind of very, very disappointing adventure. Why? Because the faith should be there that the Lord is a protector. Uh, if He may give, I will enjoy. If He may not give, I will not enjoy. If He may give facilities, I accept it. If he doesn't give, I accept it. So one who is in that stage, which is called here, it said Sharanagati or surrender, means acceptance or firm belief that wherever the surrendered soul lives, he is always protected by the Supreme Lord. He is never alone or unprotected. Dhruva Maharaj, affectionate father, thought his young boy, only 5 years old, he is in very danger. But Narad Muni is saying, you do not have sufficient information about the influence of your son. You don't know who is this boy. Anyone who engages in devotional service anywhere within this universe is never unprotected. So, and then he's saying that your son has taken up the most difficult task. What is that? Suduksharam karma krutva lokapaler api prabhu aisyati acharito rajan yasho. He is going to write a great page in the history. Yasho vipulayam tava. So you should know that he will also spread your reputation all over the world. And then in this purport, so in this correction, here we come across that Lokapaler api Prabhu. This Prabhu is referred to Narad Muni. Sorry. This Prabhu that Narad Muni is referring is about Dhruva Maharaj. Prabhu means quite competent, master. And in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that Dhruva Maharaj is addressed as Prabhu. This word is applicable to the Supreme Person of Godhead. Who is Prabhu? Yeah, we know that. Yeah, Prabhu is Lord, the Supreme Person of Lord of Godhead. Sometimes the spiritual master is also is addressed as Prabhupada. Prabhupada means Prabhu means we know the Supreme Person of Godhead, and Pada means post. So, according to Vaishnava philosophy, the spiritual master occupies the post of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, or in other words, he is the bona fide representative of the Supreme Lord. So, Dhruva Maharaj is also described here as Prabhu because he is an Acharya of Vaishnava school. Another meaning of Prabhu is master of the senses, just like the word Swami. Another significant word is Sudushkaram. It's very, very difficult. What was the task Dhruva Maharaj has undertook is very, very difficult. But very important. If we really want to benefit from the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj, I think in the next purports, next 4 5, I think Prabhupada is explaining what we should take from here. Every devotee, therefore, should be determined that in this life he will be able to satisfy the Supreme Lord and by that process go back home, back to Godhead. This is the perfection of the highest mission of life. So it doesn't matter how old are we, how young are we. We must remember that Dhruva Maharaj was not fickle. He was determined to execute his service and then come back. So that's what he was doing. So after hearing from Narad Muni, Uttanapada gave up interest in his wealthy kingdom and simply began to think of his son. And now we hear to Dhruva Maharaj what kind of austerities, tapasya is going to tatrabhishikta prayatas. So yeah, so elsewhere, yeah, where in Madhuvan, Dhruva Maharaj took bath in the river Yamuna and observed fasting in the night with great care and attention. After that, as advised by great sage Narada, he engaged himself in the worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By the way, did we read all the translations of this part? I think, yeah, right? Radhika Mate, you have read everything.
No, we didn't read. We had read till 42.
Okay. So I'm just going, then I'll read and then continue. So, so here we see that Dhruva Maharaj acts exactly according to the advice of his spiritual master. Yeah, it's not that after going to the Madhuvan, he started thinking, okay, this is what I should do. In one way, a child of 5 years, how much can he add on? Or, uh, but here we see the spirit of Dhruva Maharaj that he, whatever his spiritual master Dhruva, Narad Muni has instructed, he just followed. He went there, he took a bath in Yamuna, did fasting, and after that, as advised by great sage Narada, he engaged himself in worshipping the Lord. And that is what is called perfection of life. Here we see. This is the way of perfection. How? Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur also advises that if one want to be successful in our attempts to go back to Godhead, we must very seriously act according to the instruction of the spiritual master. Yeah, there need be no anxiety over attaining perfection. So we need not have any kind of anxieties. Will I be successful or will I be half successful? Will I be not at all successful? Without such anxiety, because we are following the words of spiritual master. If we just follow, then the strength comes. Yeah, usually we hear this that when we take initiations on that day, we are sweating a lot. Can we really follow this vows, promises for rest of my life? I still doubt. So all these things, but if we know that the blessings are also there, it's not only my individual effort, but the blessings of the spiritual master and the Lord is there, we can make it. There need be no anxiety over attaining perfection, because if one follows the instructions given by the spiritual master, he is sure to attain perfection. Our only concern should be how to execute the order of spiritual master. A spiritual master is expert in giving special instruction to each of his disciples, and if the disciples execute the order of spiritual master, that is the way of his perfection. So this is what here we see. And what did Dhruva Maharaj do? Dhruva Maharaj, he took this to his heart, and then he started following very uh, strictly whatever his spiritual master has instructed. So for the first month, he used to eat kapita fruit, only fruit and berries on every third day, only to keep his body and soul together. And in this way, he progressed in his worship of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada is mentioning, yeah, this kapita is a flower which is known in Indian language kayeta. I don't know if you know this. If we do not find, we do not find this English equivalent, but I think we also called kapita this wood apple. Have anyone seen a wood apple? This wood apple, usually they feed to elephants. This gray, Adirasa Prabhu, if you remember, when you were here, I showed you this round hard shell fruit from which the inside pulp will be reddish or anyway. So yeah, it's very nice, and there are a lot of Ayurvedic benefits for it. But so he was eating that, and it's not because it's tasty. The taste of that is very sour. but its fruit is generally not accepted by human beings. Yeah, see, as I said, the fruit is not accepted by human beings. It is eaten by monkeys in the forest. Kayeta, I don't know if you may know it. Dhruva Maharaj, however, accepted such fruits not for luxurious feasting but just to keep his body and soul together. Why? Because the body needs food, but a devotee should accept foodstuff to satisfy tongue, should not accept sense gratification. Yeah, is not what is acceptable. Dhruva Maharaj is an acharya, and by undergoing severe austerities and penances, he teaches us how one should execute devotional service. We must carefully know the process of Dhruva Maharaj's service. How severe he passed his days will be yeah, referred next verses. But we are very fortunate in this age. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it has been made very easy. But if we do not follow even the liberal instructions of the Lord Chaitanya, how can we expect to discharge our regular duties in devotional service? It is not possible in this age to follow Dhruva Maharaj in his austerity, but the principle must be followed. Principle, when we catch the essence of a pastime, that is what we should embrace in our own sadhana, in our own devotional service, in our own to our own abilities. Practice it. So this is what here. It's not Prabhupada is using this. Uh, See this verse and elaborating to help us understand that the difference between imitation and following, imitating and following. So we can't just say, okay, Dhruva Maharaj has done that. Let us also go to the forest and then. No, here he says that we are taking up devotional services. What is important is the principle of austerity of what Dhruva Maharaj is bringing is detachment and following the spiritual master. Here we see we should not disregard the regulative principles given by our spiritual master. This is the first thing. For they make it easier for the conditioned soul. Already spiritual masters make the standards quite easier. Yeah. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked his disciples to chant 64 rounds every day. Srila Prabhupada is so merciful, he made it 16 rounds. Hmm. So we simply ask that one observes the four prohibitive rules, chant 16 rounds, and instead of indulging in luxurious eating of for the tongue, simply accept prasad offered to the Lord. This does not mean that with our fasting, the Lord should also fast. Yeah. So anyway, this is further detail. Yeah. It is our duty to remember always that in comparison to Dhruva Maharaj, we are insignificant. We cannot do anything like what Dhruva Maharaj did for the self-realization because we are absolutely incompetent. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, by his mercy, we have been given all concessions possible for this age. So uh, at least we should always remember that neglect of our prescribed duties in devotional service will not make us successful in mission we undertake. And what should be our goal? Here, we should also be determined to finish our duties in executing devotional service in this life. We should not wait for another life to finish our job. So, after once in 3 days he was eating, Dhruva Maharaj also stopped that. So next what he did, for every 6 days he used to eat dry grasses and leaves. And after in the third month he was drinking water, that too once in 9 days. And in the fourth month, his tapasya is every 12 days he used to take air, he used to breathe. So that is the level of austerity. And the fifth month, Dhruva Maharaj has controlled his breath and mind and stood motionless on the foot like a pillar. Like a pillar with one only on one leg, just like a column stands, without motion and concentrate his mind fully on the Parabrahman. So, and because of that, what happened? Sarvato mana akshya hridi bhutendriyashayam. Everything started shaking. Dhyanam bhagavato rupam nadrakshit. Sorry, nadrakshit. Uh, Kinchanaparam. Hmm. So he completely controlled his senses and their objects, and in this way he fixed his mind without diversion to anything else upon the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is what to try to do so is simply a waste of time, for it is unnecessarily troublesome. Yeah. What is that? Hmm? Looking for impersonal objective. Okay, let me read. The yogic principles of meditation are clearly explained here. One has to fix one's mind upon the form of the Lord without diversion to any other objective. It is not that one can meditate or concentrate on an impersonal objective. To try to do so is simply waste of time. So here on Parabrahma, Dhruva Maharaj is concentrating on Vasudeva. He was given this 12 letter uh, bija, 12, what is this word called? Dvida Sakshara. Akshara. Yeah, these are the Akshara mantra. So that mantra is what he was given, and he was meditating, and then he is so successful. In 5 months, he started shaking everything. And then when he became, so everything, he became heavy. I don't know if it is coming. When Dhruva Maharaj thus captured the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the refugee of total middle creation, and who is the master of all living entities, the three worlds began to tremble. Hmm. I don't know if it's in this purport. There is this. The three worlds trembled, Adharam, Mad Adinam, and the master and three worlds began to tremble, and earth. Now, next one. These things, I think we have discussed number of times about Mahatattva and etc. So, and of course, you can see the focus of yoga. Yoginam api sarvesham, of all the yogis, the bhakti yogis who think of Krishna always within his heart and engage in his loving transcendent service is the topmost. Hmm. Yeah, so above content is about glorifying the yoga practices. And then because of this, the pressure of his big toe pushed down half the earth, just as an elephant being carried on a boat rocks the boat left and right with his every step. Mm. So here there is this. Here we see how is it that Dhruva Maharaj, who was prevented from going up on the lap of his father, could press down the whole earth. Hmm? So here is not very much appreciated by learned. Why? Because for it is an example of Nagna Matrika logic. What is this logic through which we understand is by this logic one would think that because his mother in her childhood was naked, she should remain naked even when she is grown up. Hmm? So, the stepmother of Dhruva Maharaj might have been thinking in a similar way. Since she has refused to allow him to get up on the lap of his father, how could Dhruva perform such wonderful activities as pressing down the whole earth? She must have been surprised when she learned that Dhruva Maharaj, by concentrating constantly on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could press down the earth like an elephant who presses down. So, in this connection, I think we will talk, I think, next verse to even understand. But this logic is mentioned that, okay, once upon a time, usually we also, I mean, think that, hey, this person, I know him. You know what? I know him for many years. I know him. He's not so interested. I know him. He's not great devotee. Yeah. And we always think that, okay, he joined ISKCON later than me. He he has so many. conditionings due to which I think I am greater than him. And after some time, he takes up some positions, some services, advances very rapidly. Uh, all of a sudden, he's no more the same person whom we thought he was. And we are surprised, how is it possible? It's impossible. Mm. And to understand that, yeah, this logic of Nagna Matrika can help us to understand that not always everyone is still the same. Like how we are trying to improve, how we are advancing. Everyone is advancing, and if one is very sincerely and seriously taking up the instructions of the spiritual master, then his advancement is rapid. Uh, so that's how we can understand that. Yeah, here also, here the way that he was doing tapasya, everything started shaking, and then all the demigods they went and approached the Lord. So the demigods in all the planetary systems felt suffocated and thus took shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, I think, yeah, the example given here, Prabhupada is helping us to understand how can the earth go halfway down. I mean, how can it be pressed? Just imagine. Huh? So explanation is given here. When hundreds of persons are sitting in an airplane, although they remain individual units, everyone is their own weights, right? But a collective weight hmm, is applying the force. They they each share in the total force of the airplane, which runs at thousands of miles per hour. Similarly, when unit energy is identified with the source for the service of the total energy, the unit energy becomes as powerful as the total energy. Huh? As explained in the previous verse, Dhruva Maharaj, because of his spiritual advancement, became almost the total heaviness, and thus he pressed the whole earth. Moreover, by such spiritual power, his unit body became the total body of the universe. Thus, when he closed the holes of his unit body to firmly concentrate his mind on the Supreme Lord, all the units of the universe, namely all living beings, including big demigods, felt the pressure of suffocation, as if their breathing were being choked. Huh? So that suffocation is coming because of that whatever action now Dhruva Maharaj was doing, it's almost the action of everyone, whether they like it or not. They were kind of put in such a situation, circumstance which they could not bear. This example of Dhruva Maharaj closing the holes of his personal body and thereby closing the breathing holes of total universe clearly indicates that a devotee, by his personal devotional service, can influence all the people of the whole world to become devotees of the Lord. If there is only one pure devotee in pure Krishna consciousness, he can change the total consciousness of the whole world into Krishna consciousness. This is not very difficult to understand if we study the behavior of Dhruva Maharaj. So in that way, and now the devas are going and they're saying, okay, um, hmm, Lord, uh, hmm, we have never experienced such suffocation, prana rodham. You are the refugee of all living entities. And I don't know if Shashwati Mataji is here, but then there is this verse coming. What is this verse? Chara chara, chara chara charasya akhilam. Uh, so the Lord is addressed as the Lord of all the beings, moving, non-moving. So yeah, we feel so that's why they approach the Lord, who is the refuge of all the moving and non-moving. Chara chara, chara chara akhila sattvadhamnam. So here the Lord is addressed. So here we see, before, because of Dhruva Maharaj controlling his breath, the entire universal breathing process was choked. And the demigods approach the Supreme Lord, who is the control of both kinds of entities, in order to know why their breathing was choked. Therefore, so we see that since the Supreme Person of Godhead is the master of both the material and spiritual worlds, it is better to approach him in all problematic situations. Therefore, those who are devotees have no problems in this material world. Vishwam Purna Sakhyate Chaitanya Chandrat I don't know. Devotees are free from all problems because they are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For a devotee, everything in the world is very pleasing because he knows how to use everything in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So, and then finally the Lord spoke, don't be worried. That boy, Tapaso Duratyaya. So this is what is happening. Strongly determined Duratyayat. He's strongly determined, and his penances are making this shaking everything. He has obstructed the universal breathing process. You can safely return to your respective homes. I shall stop this boy in his severe acts of austerities, and you will be saved from this situation. Sangatatma. So, yeah. So this is what the Lord assured them. Don't be worried. By pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one pleases everyone, just as by watering the root of the tree, one satisfies every branch, twig, and leaf of the tree. If one can attract the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one naturally attracts the whole universe, because Krishna is the supreme cause of the universe. All the demigods were afraid of being totally vanquished by suffocation, but the personality of God had assured them that Dhruva Maharaj was a great devotee of the Lord and was not about to annihilate everyone in the universe. A devotee is never envious of other living entities. So it's not that, okay, the main business of Dhruva Maharaj was to disturb others. Okay, so thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the fourth canto, 8th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Dhruva Maharaj Leaves Home for the Forest. Thank you very much. Yeah, anyone want to add anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the class, Prabhuji. Yes, I would like to, like yesterday I was like spellbound, Prabhuji. I couldn't speak anything, I couldn't talk anything. So I just want to say that, yeah, we know that we have the two vidyas, like one is Paravidya and Aparavidya. So the Paravidya is like one we get in schools and colleges, and Paravidya is that one is a spiritual knowledge, and through your teachings, Prabhuji, we all learn what is the insights of and nectar of Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Prabhuji. And thank you so much for making us this blissful moments of Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And thanks a lot, Prabhuji, for everything. And yes, Prabhuji, with the association of devotees is all time blissful, and this is spiritual. This is the real happiness, Prabhuji. If we think about the material happiness, it is like a very short period, and we didn't even remember what it was that time. But this spiritual blissfulness is like something which can remember forever. That I could experience with your classes, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. And yeah, thanks for your blessings by being present. And yeah, you were there for how many years already? Yeah, when I was referring to the Ramayana, right? So we are at least from 2017. Yeah,
yes, Prabhuji.
So 6 years. Yeah, thank you for staying.
Thanks, Lord Prabhuji, for inspiring me all time, and yeah, for having me. Thank you.
No, I mean, I'm inspired by you. Yeah, the way that in your childhood, how you were making garlands to Krishna, and then how Krishna has manifested himself in Germany for you. So many things that shows that how great devotee you are. Very nice.
Yeah, this all could happen because of you and Rupa Mataji, Prabhuji.
That
Without
happened
you,
before we came in.
Yeah, Prabhuji, that was like, yeah, okay, I did. That happiness is tripled and like infinite with your association, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Are there anything you want to share for today's from the today's session or?
Yes, Prabhuji, with after hearing Dhruva Maharaj austerities, yeah, I was like I don't know, like what we are doing, and we didn't even keeping 0 point some 00. I don't know, like we are not into that. I'm not into that, Prabhuji. We have to learn so much from Dhruva Maharaj. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. A lot. Yeah. To understand the spiritual master, to follow his instructions as it is, to have the faith that this is perfection. We can attain perfection. Yeah. Yeah. Nice point. Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah. Thanks, Sindhu Mataji. No questions? Yeah. If no question, maybe then I have question because we still have 5 minutes. What is that we want to take from this session that we can apply? Hmm?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go on. पहले आप में 5 मिनट निकल जाएगा. स्टार्ट करो जल्दी.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think instructions of the spiritual master, devotional service, and I think austerity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Nice.
Srila Prabhupada, through many of his purports, stressed the same point uh, repeatedly because, I mean, as part of this material world, we tend to forget this very basic fact that, yeah, I mean, nothing can replace devotional service and the austerities that we have to follow naturally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice point. Thanks, Dhinad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hmm.
Prabhuji,
Prabhu. Mm-hmm.
Prabhuji, when Dhruva Maharaj was doing the meditation, so that Vayu actually was kind of like a stop. I mean, Subhagashan also started. So, I mean, why? Because Dhruva Maharaj is actually devotee and then worshipping or meditating on the Narayan. Then why this type of, I mean, uneasiness or discomfort actually happens to the even Shuras and to the other devotees?
Yeah. So we see that when Prabhupada came to the West, I mean, this is my understanding. So I don't know really technically, hmm, because if maybe someone is expert in yoga, they may know it. Hmm. I see that when Prabhupada has gone to the West, the place was where there were hippies, they were fully free, eating anything, yeah, and drinking anything. But then when Prabhupada went there, when he was there, there was also a huge influence, isn't it?
Hmm?
We see that, of course, they were not devotees, but they went through disturbance of their so-called activities. Huh? Just like how we think that, okay, breathing and all these things are our normal activities. No? We are just taking for granted so that we can live longer. There are people who are ready to pay millions of euros for living longer so that they can enjoy the material life. If one can be elevated to heavenly planets, they can go and enjoy there, and even above, they can go enjoy there. So this whole business of living in the material world is strongly through this. Yeah. So um, principle of we think this is normal, but this is abnormal. This is not normal. The normal thing is that we regain our swarupa, regain our spiritual transcendental identity. We go to the spiritual world and engage there in our service. But until then, what we are doing is, we are ready to. We are, what is it called? It's a bet with the Lord that let me enjoy here for the facilities, whatever you are giving, this body that you have given, so that I can do little small doses. And then here, I think I am referring to this. One second. This Bhagavad Subodhini, where Gaurang Darshan Prabhu is telling the same what Prabhupada has mentioned in the purport. How could Dhruva become so heavy and push down the earth and suffocate the universal inhabitants? Although hundreds of people sitting, this is already explained. Moreover, such spiritual power. So, moreover, by such spiritual power, his unit body became the total body of the universe. Thus, when he closed the holes of his unit body to firmly concentrate his mind on the Lord, this is coming from the Ashtanga Yoga, that we close, and then all the units of the universe, the living entities, felt suffocated. So this is kind of union. What do you call union or not union? Oneness.
Yeah,
That whole
universal oneness. Yes.
universal oneness, which means the activity that he is doing is affecting the activities or the circumstances of others. Just like we know, right? If who is that? Who is that? Putin. Yeah. If he is doing, the whole country, is also influenced by it. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I think in the conclusion also. I think in the purport, no, Prabhupada is mentioning. I don't know if it is this one or. So the influence is there, and So here is the devotee is not envious. A devotee is never envious of other living entities. So it is not because of envy that others are enjoying great life, and that Dhruva Maharaj is doing this. He is perfectioning his life that can cause disturbance for people who are in a wrong place, first of all, in the first place. Yeah. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I think this is then going not in that direction of impersonalism, like universal oneness.
Yeah.
And
But not accepting that as a supreme, no? See, it's not like okay, that one is becoming one with the God. But it's also, we also come across where Prabhupada mentions in the purports that a devotee is even greater than God.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to understand uh, that is also possible. This is also possible, and from a devotional bhakti point of view, to take the reference. Yeah, so which says that devotee can do anything. There is nothing that a devotee cannot do. He can do anything. Impossible, also possible. Yeah, this is what we also have this in the one of the purports of the same chapter. Yeah, and here this is what is happening, and then a devotee can. It's not that a devotee is only doing the service. Yeah, he can also, as Dhruva Maharaj was instructed by his spiritual master to practice this yoga. So that is also still part of bhakti only. Everything still culminates into bhakti.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So here Dhruva Maharaj is not leaving his identity, thinking, that is what I want to, for a Brahma. So I have attained you. That is not the only goal.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes,
this topic, it's as soon as when we talk about the universal and one, and yeah, it can appear like everything is one. That's also possible.
yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
But that's why here it's referred na chara. So the Lord is Lord of refugee of living and non-living moving and non-moving beings. Yeah. So which means that, and in that purport, Prabhupada is mentioning the Lord is not just Lord of the spiritual worlds, but He is the Lord of the material worlds also. So which means in spite of one becomes union with this universe, universal. Still there are so many universes like that. Uh,
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Venimada Prabhu, what are you showing?
Sorry, bro, it was I think base floor
Thought you
some.
wanted to show universal sky.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry, yesterday I missed your call.
No, bro.
Mm,
It was already late.
No. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Adirasa Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So is it also the same case in Hiranyakashipu when he was doing tapasya, that the same happened in his case also, like he also talked.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, the temperature of there is this way how one give for what he wants. So in that case, the Hiranyakashipu was doing such a rigorous tapasya that his body, there was literally only skeleton. The whole body flesh was eaten up. But how? I mean, in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning still, in spite of his body. Yeah, so usually we think, no, this body is so important, so important. If this body is not there, then so Hiranyakashipu was performing such a mystic yoga, yogic practices that almost I don't know if you have seen a photo. Can someone look it up where Hiranyakashipu is doing tapasya and there is ant hill, and this ant hill, the ants were eating his body. And then but still this subtle body and this atma was still in this body, though we see okay, the whole almost body is eaten up. So that shows that one can still live with a very very lean diet. It's not okay, no, we have to live 100 years to do the devotional life also, long years. For that we are eating. Sometimes na yoga, if we see some Ayurvedic doctors, they say we eat too much than what we should eat. Most of the time we are thinking, oh no. No, we are eating so much than what we should eat. And that goes to an extent even that Prabhupada mentioned is in his purports that we are eating so much, that is the reason of shortage of food, scarcity. We are eating someone else's quota. Hmm. So I don't know why I was bringing this up. Yeah. So because in one of the purport, Prabhupada was mentioning that we control our tongue. Yeah, austerities. Yeah, but has its own benefits.
yes, Prabhuji. And in his case, he was just meditating on the mantra, but Guru Maharaj was meditating on the Supreme Lord. I think this was also different, right?
No. Even in his case, yeah, he was focused on Brahma, right?
Okay, he was meditating. Okay, he was focused on
Yeah.
Brahma.
Yeah. Yeah, the yogic processes. I mean, I got an opportunity to go deeper in this yoga learning and all those things. Somehow, yeah, just at a very basic level itself, I had to move from that place. So I don't know much details, but there are nice books which are telling how one can focus on his chakras, how the chakras, when they get activated, how so much energy is flowing through all the channels, and when this whole energy is flowing, then it can be brought up to the uh, shiro, what is that chakra, sahasrara chakra. And then yeah, so all these things are it's not a fantasy, or it's not hmm, uh, It's indeed possible. One can gain such. And what we calling this energy is heat, right? Huh? Energy is heat, isn't it? What is it called? Joules, no? Something unit. What is unit of? I mean, there is a. I mean, I remember the relation between heat and energy.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yeah, heat is joule, and energy is joule per second. Like
Hmm.
rate of flow of the heat is
Yeah. Nice to have a scientist here. So, yeah, so that way one gains heat. When this heat becomes too much, and where will this heat go? It will go out from his body, right? And when it's producing more and more, then yeah, it becomes more hot and hot. Yeah, Adirasa Prabhu. That way it caught up that heat.
Yes, okay. So Prabhuji, people who focus on void, that's
Hmm.
actually not the Ashtanga Yoga, right?
Oh, no, no. Yeah, because even, I mean, when we are talking about void, some people take shortcut because void, I can't see what is void, right? How can we see void? So let me at least, for a beginner practitioner, let me focus on Soham. Soham meditation is a one way of practicing uh, on what is it, on void. Like we know Buddhists, right? Huh? They meditate on void, and but they also I mean the Soham meditation is also propounded or preached in Buddhism, where when we inhale, if we are very sensitive and careful, then we can hear so, and when we exhale, through the nostrils, then we hear hum. So that's how one is focusing, which means ideally it's very difficult to focus on something called void, because that void, what is the shape of it? That is void. What is the color of it? That is void. Huh? What is the form of it? It is void. So what is this void? We don't know, right? Just now, just you close your eyes and if you try to see what is that void, can you see what is that?
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah. And the whole Ashtanga Yoga is telling how to focus on different chakras. Yeah. It's not focusing on void. Yeah. Omkareshwar Prabhu, what did you see in void? Yeah. Experience. What is, share your first hand experience. Yeah. Experience is also void.
Vika, you can say something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, when I did the Sudarshan Kriya in Art of Living, na,
Yeah.
then so hum. After, I think there is a long kriya around 40 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and we breathe, and and every time we do so hum. After 40 minutes, relaxing after 2 minutes, then some light. We see we see nothing, but we feel that some light is there. I don't know what light is this, but I feel some light just reflecting in before my eyes. But my eyes was closed, but I feel that. I don't know what is this.
Mm. What is that? You have to tell.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I also did this Sudarshan Kriya. So what happens is that because you are very rigorously inhaling, exhaling very rapidly, yeah,
Right.
because of this such a rapid inhaling, exhaling, so because this nadis, the ingal, what is that? I forgot now all these terms, Ida nadi and Pingal nadi, when these both are being friction, out of this friction there is a lot of warm heat is produced. First of all, you will already feel the heat.
Right.
And when this heat, yeah, now we are talking about heat and energy, light. So what is happening is that because when our this place is becoming mm, heated up, yeah, when through this process, this part becomes so light. And when this whole part is becoming light, and we kind of feeling that the whole body is filled with this energy, yeah, we experience some level of energy that we cannot sustain. Yeah, that's why usually people will stop after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know, depending on how quickly they reach that point. So
Yes.
this is actually about the energy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not advanced like you to see a light. I didn't see, so maybe
No, probably it's not light or something. Yeah, because some
some
light.
yeah, this I feel that there is something. It's not like these processes are not having any basis. Yeah, they do
Actually,
have.
I did around 40 days regularly. So, I don't know.
Sudarshan Kriya, you did every day. Usually people say
Yes,
do once a week. Huh?
No.
After taking the course, then you have to do regularly around 40 days. Then,
Hmm.
they said that if you do for 40 days regularly, then you will see some changes in your life. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's why. Yeah,
Yeah, so you attained the Siddhi. Siddhi, this,
I think inside
this,
your chakras will open.
yeah. No, I mean, this yoga is indeed, yeah, it's there. Um, we can't underestimate it. It has potency.
Yes.
But just imagine, Mataji, if you got all that Shakti, na, you would have not come to Bhakti. Huh?
Really, actually, after I would say that that time life was right now. I was just during that time I was not confident that I was doing right or wrong. But now this on the path of Krishna consciousness, I am confident that okay, we are doing right. So that time I was in a confused state.
No, I mean, we could meditate for our good health, and yeah, that's not an issue. Yeah, if we can just imagine so much Shakti is coming, it's always nice that we can use it for Krishna. Only thing is, if we see it independently, that okay, Shakti is more important, then I'll do later Bhakti, then that Bhakti will not come because Shakti is there, na, I will be doing this Shakti in so many other things. But once we have this Bhakti in our mind, that is, yeah, sealed in our mind, then whatever we do, na, we do it for this. Yeah. Rupa usually says, na, when I was attending a lot of business trainings and seminars, certifications, yeah, I always think, yeah, why I do this so that I can apply that in our temple. How to improve the level of standards and quality of devotees, and yes, how to organize things. So in that way, when we are going, I usually am happy. Sometimes na company agar हमको bonus नहीं देगा, we can take like some bonus. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
attend such trainings, apply that in our own life.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes, Prabhu. Absolutely correct.
those courses are usually for going up, na? Like you can
Yes.
become. Yesterday we were reading Prabhupada Leelamrit. That point came very nicely, where Prabhupada asked the Japanese junior executive who was present there, "What do you want to become? What is your goal of life?" Uh, what he did is, they were all the visiting cards of senior executives and the head of the company. All the visiting cards were there on the table. He collected all of them, put them in an order. First, he put his card in the below, yeah, and he later has put it on the top. So he want to become not a junior, he want to become head of the company. So yeah, so if we don't know that bhakti is there, then we'll just try to become the head of yeah, wherever we are. After we understand even that people are suffering, mm, they are also having struggles in their life, then we see, no. So that's why first to have bhakti fixed in our mind, that whatever will come, whatever will go, let me do bhakti. Then if Shakti is coming, I'm very happy, because nowadays, when we don't have Shakti, we know how much trouble, challenging it is. So
Yes.
When we have Shakti, we can go with more speed in Bhakti. Yeah. And some people are there who want only Mukti. No Shakti, no Bhakti. Only Mukti, freedom. Neither I want Shakti. Why should I work hard to get that Shakti? No. Bhakti is again, what is the guarantee? So Mukti I want for granted. Anyway. And some people are, anyway, I'll use last 1 minute. Some people even want Bhukti. That is even best. Mukti means I think it's still, I don't believe there is something called Mukti. So at least Bhukti is there. Daily each enjoy. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So we have a Sudarshana Kriya who did 40 days. Please empower all of us, Mataji.
Really, actually, now I can see the difference in both Mayavadi philosophy and Krishna conscious philosophy, because in that philosophy, Mayavadi philosophy, I was just, when I was attending the Ashtavakra Gita session there, and then I was always thinking to whom we should surrender, to whom, because the Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, he was lecturing on that commentary on
Yes.
the
Yeah,
Gita. And
after first module, you will get this
yeah,
Ashtavakra Gita.
you still remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that time we are going to become God. Now,
Actually, in those sessions, in those sessions, only this universal consciousness, the oneness, was explained.
And we are going to become God, and now I can understand our constitutional position that we are Das Anudas.
Yes.
But Prabhuji, actually, I don't still understand why Janak Maharaj was getting this. Like, was there any Leela involved or some particular like Kal-based Paristhiti?
He was having such a minister at his position who gave that gyan. This knowledge of bhakti is in different limbs. Yeah, unless one takes the all limbs and then use it, then only they know. Yeah, you remember this elephant. If 5 people with knowledges of different capacities, if they are telling, they may come up with some different identity of the whole thing. So when this was propounded, that was the situation. Yeah, he was asking, and then Ashtavakra. Yeah, I think somewhere we also read now why he got this. I forgot now. I mean, there was a reference in the Bhagavatam, and then what happened, cursed, and all those things. I came across, but now I don't remember.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I remember, like, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but there was like snake or like you will become Ashtavakra, you will become a Rishi.
Yeah. He was, or is it in, and then his body was pierced in different places. I don't remember. Maybe I'm mixing up, but yeah. So
Yeah, there was a
Prabhuji,
character also in
Prabhu?
Krishna Lila that
it was his
Ashtavakra will
father.
become something. Yes.
Sorry, say again, Prabhu.
It was his father who cast him when he was in the womb of his mother, because he was giving correction to his father.
Okay.
His father was reading, and from the womb of his mother, he was giving the correction. And his father actually got angry and cursed him.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So many Swamis, so many Munis, Yogis.
Prabhuji, just one question. Is this Ashtavakra Gita somewhere like ISKCON had interpreted, or our Vaishnava Acharyas have interpreted this also, or made some commentaries about it? Anyway,
I haven't come across, but my reading is very poor. So I'm not as faster as you guys are. So, Apu Prabhu, did you come across somewhere?
No, Prabhuji. At least I don't know.
No. But anyway, I know what Omkareshwar Prabhu, there also you will see bhakti only. Yeah, not this oneness philosophy there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, one chapter. I mean, somehow I feel today I was really thinking, do we really need 4 sessions for this one chapter? I thought even if we are going slowly, so these are very nice. Yeah, maybe we'll get some other places where we can go faster. When it at least my favorite topic is not about universal creation and elements of it. So maybe those parts I might go faster, but these leelas are, yeah, are the places where we get a lot of lessons, and that's why thinking, okay, yeah, initially thought was to finish one chapter in one session. Later we thought, okay, in 2 sessions. It took 4 sessions now. Nevertheless, I think we we can go, yeah, with this speed if required. Yeah. Okay, vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ji Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.